I want to talk about my boy Nemanja Bjelica. Okay, Nemanja Bjelica, Euro League MVP. I remember when he signed with my Minnesota Timberwolves, I was so stoked. And came to the league when he was almost 30 years old. And this guy, everybody was going off on Twitter. David Lee 2.0, David Lee 2.0, David Lee 2.0. He's awesome. He's awesome. And I love this Warriors team. There was a moment when I looked in the game. It was Nemanja Bjelica at center, Andre Iguodala, Otto Porter, Juan Toscano-Anderson, and I believe Damian Lee on the floor. And then they had that lineup also with Jordan Poole instead of Damian Lee, which worked obviously better. And I love the versatility of this team. During that lineup, I think the shortest person was Jordan Poole or Damian Lee, depending on who was on the floor, being 6'5" or 6'6", and then everyone else was 6'7", and 6'9" and 6'10". It was just phenomenal. I love the versatility of it, and that they were able to keep up with, the Lakers. So I want to hear your thoughts down below. What do you think about the Warriors stunning the Lakers and coming out here, shooting, hitting? Juan Toscano-Anderson looking like I was talking about all offseason, how this team is looking like they rebuilt the famous bench that the Warriors have. We remember them being so famous for during their time, during the dynasty times with David Lee, Clark, Leonard Barbosa, Sean Livingston, okay? And I think they've rebuilt that, okay? And it's amazing how they found these G League players, and they're just these phenomenal players for them now that they're having a lot of success with. So you got to give credit when credit is due because of what they've been able to do. So shout out the Golden State Warriors for building a bench that, look, these are afterthoughts. I know Jordan Poole and Damian Lee weren't as much, but look, Juan Toscano-Anderson, people didn't really think much of him. And I think, you could argue think about Damian Lee and Jordan Poole. Jordan Poole was a dog during college. And I know Jordan Poole during the game sometimes pushed it a bit too much, but he's still a freaking dog. He's going to be a 6 Man of the Year candidate. I truly believe that. Let me hear your thoughts down below. Do you think he's going to be a 6 Man of the Year candidate like I think? Because I think 100% he deserves it, okay? And Kevon Looney came in for 15 minutes, and I really felt like I never saw him again. Okay, Andrew Wiggins really didn't do much. Yeah, he had 7 rebounds. He just kind of started. He couldn't really get going, and he just kind of quieted down for the most part. But then, at the end of the game, he had some points. Steph Curry was the man. Jordan Poole, starter. I think once Klay Thompson comes back and is back to full health, I think Jordan Poole could be a 6 Man of the Year candidate, like I said earlier, okay? He would be so electric off the bench. And Nemanja Bjelica, if he balls out like this, I kind of want the starting lineup to be Draymond at power forward, Nemanja at center, or vice versa, Draymond at center, Nemanja at power forward, Andrew Wiggins at small forward, when Klay comes back at shooting guard, or Jordan Poole, and then Steph at point guard. I really like that. And then you have off the bench, okay, that'll move, Wiseman off the bench or Looney off the bench with Iguodala, Porter, Toscano-Anderson, and Damian Lee, which would just be a bunch of shooting. Because, right there tonight, Iguodala, Porter, Toscano-Anderson, and Lee, they attempted collectively, okay, it was a boatload of threes, 14 to be exact. Yeah, I know they only hit on 5 of them, 5 for 14, which, is 30-something%. But still, this is a team they shot 36% on 40 attempts, and they were just dogs. And if you look at the team stats, this was a team that I think their biggest question for me was rebounding, and everybody was grabbing board. Nemanja Bjelica was just inhaling, making Dwight Howard his little bitch. Okay, he just really domed them. The ball was moving around, 30 assists for these guys. They were getting steals, 9 steals. Obviously the interior defense, you could say, was a question at times, but the Lakers couldn't convert. So it was just amazing because this team also, they scored, okay, 42 points off of 3-pointers and 46 points inside. So what I found interesting was, and they also had 25 points from the free throw line, so they had a decent amount of mid ranges. So this was a team that they were just taking what they were given and just putting up shots like it was nothing. And I think this is a team that has so much versatility that they have lineups where Steph Curry is the point guard, but Jordan Poole, Andrew Wiggins, Draymond Green, Andre Iguodala, Otto Porter Jr., Juan Toscano-Anderson, Damian Lee, and even Moses Moody, if you want to throw him in there, they can all switch. Literally, if you really want to say, like, Draymond Green, Andrew Wiggins, let's just take Andrew Wiggins out there. Draymond Green, Nemanja, Andre Iguodala, Otto Porter Jr., Juan Toscano-Anderson, they have 5 guys right there that they can switch from the 3 position, the 4 position, to the 5 position defensively, like guarding, okay? And Andrew Wiggins can guard the 1 through the 4, okay? And you could argue that Jordan Poole and Damian Lee could guard the 1 through the 3, and Gary Payton can do the same. I think this is one of the most versatile teams, okay, in the entire league. This team is so good, and I think people need to be afraid of it. So that's it. Let me hear your thoughts down below.